What up guys, it's your boy Ali. Today we'll be talking about a rapper and convicted criminal, Max B, a figure known for his turbulent history in the music industry. He gained notoriety for his heated rivalry with Jim Jones and his connections to French Montana, and is credited with popularizing the slang term wavy. After serving an 8-year sentence, Max tried to leave his life of crime behind and turn to rap. Unfortunately, he couldn't stay away from trouble for long, and within a year, he found himself back in prison. After serving about 10 months, Jim Jones helped secure his release, but that only led to a bitter feud between the two, fueled by French Montana's support for Max. Max B then released a series of mixtapes, all while engaging in public feuds with other rappers. But his life took another turn when he was sent back to prison, this time for a longer sentence. Despite his incarceration, Max B continued to drop music. With that being said, let's get into Max B's story. What up guys, Ali here and welcome to Ali Talks Music. Add me on Instagram and Ali Talks Music as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get into the video.
What the fuck I'm gonna change my name to? So we start talking about prisons. And he's saying Pac Shaki was a Max A or Max B. I said, whoa. I said, go back. I said, what? You said Max B. He said Max B.
Max B was born Charlie Wingate around 1978 and grew up in NYC's Abraham Lincoln housing project. His mother, Sharon Wingate, was a troubled addict who even spent time in prison for crack. As a result, Max was mainly raised by his grandparents, who instilled strong religious values in him. Music had always been a major part of Max's life. He sang in the Boys Choir of Harlem and developed a passion for rap thanks to his late brother's cassette collection. As a kid, he befriended Cameron, who later became the founder of Dipset and eventually helped Max B break into the industry. However, Max's journey was not easy. Despite his grandparents' efforts, he was drawn to the streets and often found himself in trouble. By the age of 18, he was serving an 8-year prison sentence for robbery, starting around 1997. Fast forward to around 2004, Max was released and ready to pursue a rap career, but he kept making mistakes. While on parole, he struggled to get his music off the ground. He planned a studio session with Cameron, but before he could make it there, he was arrested for public urination and ended up back in jail for another 10 months. After being released around 2005, Max was determined to make it in the music industry the right way. Around 2000, he adopted the Max B persona, and after his latest stint in jail, he decided that the B stood for Bigavelli. What's Bigavelli, you ask? It's a combination of Max B's favorite rappers' names. Big from Biggie, Ga from Jay-Z's Jigga, and Velli from Tupac's Machiavelli persona. Max definitely had high hopes for his future. After being released from prison, Max B came together with his childhood friend Cameron and quickly became affiliated with Dipset. He made appearances on Jim Jones's second album, Harlem, Diary of a Summer, and dropped his own mixtape, $1 Million Baby, around 2006. Initially, everything seemed to be going well for Max. He received a 6-figure advance in 2005 and even began working in the studio with ByrdGang. Max B had amazing leadership skills, and Jim Jones relied heavily on him, even leaving Max B in charge when he was not around. Max B was a powerhouse in the studio, recording over 200 tracks for Jim Jones. He even began taking some of his music home for safekeeping.
You know, my shit is 24/7. I work from the comfort of the home. As you see, we got Mac Pros all over this shit. So, you know what I mean? That's all you basically really need is a computer and the modern technology. All you need is a pro. You can just do whatever you want nowadays.
With their unstoppable momentum, the crew believed they could become the next G Unit or D Block. However, as we'll see, things took a turn for the worse. In Max B's own words, personalities, egos clashed. I guess maybe at some point he was feeling threatened by my presence. Animosity started. People started disrespecting each other. When you're amongst men gonna disrespect each other. Just like guys in here disrespect each other. There's gonna be a fight. Somebody's gonna get hurt. That's all that happened. Money, disrespect, they don't mix. The story of Max B took a dramatic turn when tensions rose between him and Jim Jones.
It only take a sucker nigga like Jim to stop a nigga from feeding his family, which he can't do, cause that show in the store when I was flashback to. That's when y'all flashback. Yeah, then. I mean, so you know, it only take a sucker nigga to do something like that.
Despite being the hardest worker in the studio, Max B felt undervalued, earning only $300 for a 9-track set, while others in the crew made $10,000 to $15,000 per performance. With 4 children to support, Max knew he needed more. But Jim Jones refused to let him have his own manager, assistant, or book his own shows. This ultimately led to a falling out between the two. Now around September of 2006, just 2 days after Jones's 7-Day Theory mixtape dropped, Max B found himself in prison once again. This time he was linked to a robbery turned homicide.
It began when this woman, Gina Marie Conway, a prostitute who'd been with Plowden, told her boyfriend Charlie Wingate, aka Max B, a rapper, about the men's money.
According to court reports, around September of 2006, Max and his stepbrother Kevin were hanging out in Harlem when Max's on-again, off-again girlfriend Gina Conway arrived. She had spent the day with a man named Alan Plowden, who along with his partner David Taylor, was known for flaunting expensive cars and cash around New York. After talking to Gina and learning about Alan's bag of cash, Max devised a plan to steal the money. He instructed Gina and his stepbrother Kevin to go to the hotel where the cash was stashed, promising Gina his eternal love if she succeeded. However, things quickly spiraled out of control. Upon arriving at the hotel, Kevin, armed with gloves and duct tape, forced their way into the room. They restrained a woman present and woke up Alan at gunpoint. When they could not find all the money, Alan revealed that the rest was in his partner David Taylor's room. At gunpoint, Alan called David to come over. When David arrived, Kevin aimed the gun at him. In an attempt to disarm Kevin, the gun went off and David was fatally shot. Kevin and Gina then grabbed the cash and made their escape, leaving chaos in their wake. Though Max B wasn't actually at the crime scene, he was facing charges alongside Kevin and Gina due to his involvement in planning the robbery. This included counts of murder, manslaughter, kidnapping, robbery, and possession of a firearm for unlawful purposes. Now, even though Max B was arrested, he had several songs in his vault, songs that came out when he was behind bars. He appeared on Jim Jones's album Hustlers, POME, writing several tracks including the chart-topping single We Fly High. Max also released 2 mixtapes around 2006 called Public Domain, $1 Million Baby Radio, and Public Domain 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer. While incarcerated, Max faced another devastating blow. This time it was the loss of his friend Stack Bundles, who was tragically killed around 2007. Max could not do anything about it while he was in prison, but after serving 10 months, he was released on a $1.5 million bail around 2007. How did he raise the money, you ask? By selling some of his song publishing rights to Jim Jones. A month after his release, Max dropped his 4th mixtape, Public Domain the Prequel, and featured on Styles P's Holiday. His buzz grew, and he was finally getting recognition from the streets. Yet, Max did not get the same recognition he deserved within ByrdGang. So, Max B devised a new plan. This is what he had to say on the matter. I had got some songs on the radio and then waited till those songs got in rotation with Funkmaster Flex and let everybody get a little glimpse of me this time. I put out another mixtape, and then once I knew I had the buzz, I went in the studio, stole a few more records, my records, and I started something I knew the city, the rap game, was gonna eat up. I started a beef. I had to. It was me against the world. Max B continued to grind, working on the MOB 2, Members of ByrdGang 2 mixtape, and writing for Jim Jones's digital album, Harlem's American Gangsta.
My nigga Jim Jones.
He dropped the compilation album Out on Bond, $2 Million Baby, and by the end of the year, his buzz has grown so much that he was ready to leave Jim Jones and ByrdGang behind. Around 2008, Max severed his ties with Dipset and formed his own rap collective, Gain Green.
When was the last time you saw anybody in ByrdGang?
I don't know, nigga. I don't know. See them niggas on World Stop, looking dirty, filthy. Whoa. Dirty white tees, champion t-shirts, the fuck?
With this new crew in place, Max B teamed up with French Montana, sparking one of the biggest beefs in the rap game.
But what had happened was, me and Jim already had smoke before that because of Cocaine City DVD.
Word? Yeah.
So when I got with Max already was beefing with Jim. Then
So
me and Max got together.
it was
oh
like,
shit. We both beefing with Jim.
Jim, what you say?
Yeah, so that's how it happened. It wasn't like
Initially, what was it over?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I think that Max and Jim had their thing going on about some paperwork. Jim had him signed, and Max was trying to do his thing. And I guess Jim had spent money on Max,
Right.
built him out, and gave him a bunch of money. And instead of Max just, you know what I'm saying, like keeping it, you know what I'm saying, keeping it like, you know, out of the DVDs,
out of the public eye.
Yeah. Max just felt like Jim wasn't trying to let him out, so he just went on, you know what I mean, and started
Right.
dissing him to win.
Max did not stop there. He was also dropping music non-stop, knowing that his future was uncertain. In his own words, "I'm stressed, man. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. They trying to send me back to jail for this shit right here. It ain't looking too healthy. And I ain't talking about the cage. I'm just talking about the bail situation. It's crazy. I mean, I can't even get the net. That's just ugly, man. Shit got me breathing all crazy. You just wake up and you be breathing all, you know something fucked up gonna happen any day. You know it's gonna happen any day, but you don't know when." With the threat of incarceration looming, Max B desired to leave a legacy and leave something for his kids, especially since he had sold the rights to his previous work under Jim Jones. Around 2008, Max dropped a whopping 8 mixtapes plus 3 compilation albums. His popularity skyrocketed, and this led to his first West Coast tour around 2008 and a 3-album deal with Amalgam Digital around June. Unfortunately, despite his best efforts, Jim Jones blocked the release of Max's music.
What's up with that album though? You know what I mean? Because we get all the mixtapes. Everybody looking for the proper album and shit.
I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all know I'm in a little situation, so the album thing is a little.
Max was living life on the edge, partying hard and getting into trouble. He was arrested multiple times for weed violations and DUIs. But his beef with Jim Jones was grabbing more attention. Max B and French Montana, both fed up with Jones, joined forces, collaborating on French's song Wavy. Max's mixtape, Public Domain 3, marked his independence and took aim at Jim Jones, sparking a highly publicized feud featuring diss videos, interviews, confrontations, and accusations. Now I won't get into the details of the entire beef because we'd literally be here for a year. But here are the highlights. In a video that can be found online, Max B and French Montana went all out, mocking Jim Jones' associate, Hell Rel. They joked about him getting shot in the behind and losing his manhood. They also claimed the shooter was not even trying to kill him and made plenty of can't sit down jokes. Max did not stop there, saying Hell Rel was so ugly at birth, the doctor smacked his mom. He also called Hell Rel Hell Nah, because apparently that's what ladies would say upon seeing him. They even made fun of Hell Rel's loss in a 106 & Park freestyle battle, calling him a baby gorilla.
Shout to my nigga Gorilla Baby. What's the Slumdog Millionaire? Hold on, let me get on my shit. Shout to Gorilla, shout to Gorilla Baby. It feel good. Nigga, the doctor smacked your mother when you was born, nigga, you're so ugly. What you talking about? Hell Rel, aka. Oh man, I gotta see this. Hold on, man. AKA Hell No. The bitches see you, they go, ooh, hell no, I'm with that ugly nigga. You taco face ass nigga. You taco meat face ass nigga. Hell no. Hell no, your mother so ugly. Nigga, you and your mother so ugly. The doctor put his dick in your face and came in both of them. You ugly.
But Harrell did not stay quiet. He denied getting shot in the rear and threatened World War III if it were true. He also dissed French Montana, calling him West Nile virus African. And as for Max B and French Montana's close relationship, Harrell called them gay. Max B and French Montana then turned their sights on Jim Jones's girl, Chrissy. According to Max B, he once slept with Chrissy and even kicked her out of his house.
Chrissy loved Max. She touched it in Miami. She touched it in Miami.
Lastly, Max B mentioned an off-camera altercation with Jim Jones around 2008, where he allegedly rammed Jim's Bentley.
See right there, right? Try to box me in. Try to box me in right there. Like around where the truck at. That's where the Bentley pulled up at. Right where that was where the green car was at. So I had about that much room to back up. So, you know, I took my time. Obviously, I wasn't scared because I didn't really bang my shit that hard, right? I banged it just enough to get my room so I could ram this shit up, ram it up in pause, ram the.
Following that altercation, French Montana and Max B decided to confront Jim Jones at his Manhattan studio. According to reports, when Jim Jones saw what was about to happen, he called the police. When the cops arrived, Jim Jones stepped out, but quickly went back in. Max B then called out Jim Jones's girl, Chrissy, telling her that Jim had girls with him. Despite the non-confrontational standoff, the crew could not resist making fun of the police presence and Max B's missed punch on Jim Jones. Around 2009, Jim Jones tried to ambush Max and his crew at a club in Brooklyn, leading to a wild brawl. By the end of it all, ByrdGang members were escorted out of the venue, and Max B began throwing chairs. The police arrived with dogs, and both crews made their exits. The beef continued, but Max B did not let this slow down his music output. He went on to drop more mixtapes, like Public Domain 5, Quarantine, and Public Domain 6, Walking the Plank. However, on June 4, 2009, Max B was found guilty of 9 charges, including conspiracy, armed robbery, kidnapping, aggravated assault, and felony murder. He received a 75-year prison sentence, while Gina Conway got 18 years, and Kevin Leardom got life.
First and foremost, July of last year, because originally you were sentenced to 75 years, but then last July you said you got reduced to 20 years and then to 12 years. So explain.
Well, you know, I'm eligible for my full minimum status in February, so I'll most likely be, you know, by the end of next year, I'll be like in halfway house. That's like worst case scenario, halfway house end of the next year. So that's why I said that. But it's going down. I'm here. I'm on my way. I done gave my shit back. I done did the most part, for the most part. So right now, I'm just finding it out, get ready. I'm almost there. It's almost over.
Despite his incarceration around 2009, Max B dropped a lot of music. He dropped mixtapes like $1 Million Baby 3 and Coke Wave 2, along with the collaboration album Goon Music 2. The Coke Wave mixtapes even feature DVD films, complete with music videos, studio footage, skits, and beef-related content. In a twisted turn of events, Max B scored a victory against Jim Jones when a judge ruled that Jim Jones no longer had rights over Max B's music. This allowed his debut album, Vigilante Season, to finally come out around 2011. While it did not receive widespread acclaim, tracks like Money Make Me Feel Better, Where Do I Go, and Lord Is Trying to Tell You Something stood out. Also, while he was in prison, Max B's pre-incarceration recordings continued to come out thanks to his loyal fans. These include compilation albums like The Waviest, Library of a Legend, Return of the Wave, and Hook King, and around 2016, French Montana dropped his final collaboration mixtape with Max B called Wave Gods. By spreading out his releases, Max B has maintained a presence in the hip-hop scene. Since then, he has dropped some EPs and his sophomore album called Negro Spirituals. Now, as far as his jail time goes, things began looking up for Max B around 2016. According to French Montana, Max B accepted a plea bargain for aggravated manslaughter with a possible release around 2 to 6 years. By around 2019, his sentence was further reduced to 12 years. Throughout all of this, big names like Currency, Drake, and even Jay-Z have shown their support with free Max B shoutouts. Max B even gained support from Kanye West when Kanye included Max B on his album Life of Pablo on the track Silver Surfer Intermission. Max seems to have matured behind bars and even eventually settled his beef with Jim Jones.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when you first got locked up, you and Jim Jones was really going at it. But then last year, no, in 2018 in December, Jim actually played your music at a Dipset show. And these days, it seemed like y'all squashed it, you know. And French Montana actually did a song with Jim Jones recently. Well, what do you think about all that, and how do you feel about that whole situation?
I mean, you know, it just, listen, it was a long time ago. Me and Jim was going through our little thing. You know, we was a little younger. We were still men, but we was younger. So we was all running around crazy. But, you know, bygones is bygones. We all moved on. Everybody elevating in life. Everybody got kids to feed now. So we moving on. We not dwelling on past issues. I don't want to be out, come home worrying about past issues or past beef or rival crews and things of that.
He also began studying for a legal degree around 2013. And around 2023, French Montana tweeted that Max B would be free around April. And that's essentially the story of Max B. On Spotify, he has about 140,000 monthly listeners, and his most listened to songs are I Got a Habit, Lemonade, We Roll, Why You Do That, and Give Them Hoes Up. Most recently, Spotify dropped a podcast about him called The Conviction of Max B, so if you want to find out more about the man, be sure to check out for that.
Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the boy, birthday boy, just checking in. You already know. Man, I'm feeling good. It's almost over. 2 more joints, nigga, I'm sliding out. Max Bigger Valve. 45, I feel good, look good. I taste good, I smell good, nigga. Boys down Bigger Valve selling out. It is what it is, man. I love y'all. Yo, Fresh, what's good, baby? Shout you out, nigga. It's your boy, dude. Nigga, I'm on my way, nigga. I'm on my motherfucking way, nigga. Man, this shit looking beautiful, nigga. I can't wait to get out, nigga. Happy birthday to me, nigga. Free me. Boss down Bigger Valve. I'm on my motherfucking way. Shout to EMG, boss, the whole crew. Nigga, we here. We looking good. We doing it big. Still up. On the way out.
That's it for me. It's your boy Ali. What happened to Max B in your opinion? Let me know down below. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, peace.
Perfect.